Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma friends, we are living in a place. It's with full of machines and technology, and trying to feed us with the created environment. So then it is a great challenge for us to find our true nature, because the food we eat, the things we see, and all the words we hear and the aromas we get, and sometimes the things we associate, this everything is kind of like man-made. It's created things rather than natural organic things. So it become a great challenge for us to find our true nature as human beings. Because if you don't experience as who you are, what is the point that having this life? So as example, that all the food that we eat, and if it is kind of like mostly now they create everything inside the lab, and even the vegetables. So the very nature of the healthy food that you should eat, it should nourish from the sunlight. That is the very basic principle. If any vegetables or any fruits that you do, if you eat not nourished from the sunlight, it never going to become good for human body. So then we create a lot of artificial things. And so then out of that, maybe you feel good, you feel full, but that doesn't mean you experience the real food, because the very mean that the having food mean it should brings you the life, it nourish your life. And all the music that we today hear, it very rare, it not come out of the instrument now, it's all come out of the electronic. So the music that come out of the natural, this environmental, the instrument is completely different than the the electronic music. So the music, there is a way the sound can create the effect. So as you know, that maybe in the beginning of the world, the very first thing happen is the sound. So and then it has a deeper connection with us. That's why the vibration, always sound vibration related with the body. When you go to doctors, and they have all the machines to track your sound vibration, and through the vibration they recognize your organs healthy or not. Even the heart, no one can open the heart and see how the heart healthy, or the kidneys, all the entire body. They look through the vibration and how it function, how the vibration go. So there is a deeper, that we have a kind of a music within ourselves, inbuilt music. When you become healthy, as example, ancient time, there was no any machines. They used to check your pulse. So the pulse itself is kind of like music, and it's the vibration and the music that tells you you are healthy or not. So same like this natural instruments have ability to effect for our nerve system to calm down it. But nowadays we more listen to the electronic music. Through that way it cannot bring the healing methods to our body. And the movies that it's all that the computer, that the animated movies now. It is no anything anymore kind of like that you see very real environment or the nature. This everything that the create the animated. So when you watch again and again, it affect for your mind deeply. That's why this the video games nowadays for young generation, when they keep watching and watching and watching what is happening to their mind, their mind start to go out of the balance. Even the children, they will once they start to watch the cartoon again and again, now it is very rare children go to outside and play with sands and play with trees, play with animals. They all play with the plastic, and they play with the the cartoons. Don't no choice sometimes. And the mostly the the things that we associate, even the feel that the whatever we keep close to our body and whatever the sensation come out, even that it is not sometimes that the very real, it's kind of like a natural. So as example for cloth in the ancient times, that you know that it came out of the cottons, that is the best for the skin and to make you heal healthy. And other thing is certain animals skins, after the animal died, you know, they used to take the skin and then they use it as a garment or the cloth. But then what happened after this, all these synthetic garments, the cloth came to the world, and then nowadays that what you feel out of this, it's a kind of like a, not real. So that feelings itself create a kind of like a unreal, the emotions inside you, you don't see it. So nowadays there are clothes that you, it once you wear it, it give different kind of feelings to you, but it is not real. It's just a create, it is illusion. You go into kind of like the inside the cell. So there are like that lot of things happening around us. So it's a great challenge for us to to preserve the protect the our true human nature even within ourselves. So but still it doesn't matter how big this all the machines and technology unnatural things come to this world, it is still there is no way it can overtake the human nature, because the human mind has the most powerful, the antidote that can go against, antibody that can go against this entire the artificial world, that is your awareness. When you're able to develop the awareness little by little, little by little, so it doesn't matter whatever the environment or the whatever the material things around us, whatever the things that we have to use live with, that is still you able to go with it and get the best out of the moment. So the awareness is one of the best tool that you have to develop. So if you don't develop the awareness, remember that you don't get the right, the you don't see the true nature of the life, you don't get the right result out of your living. So when it comes to awareness, it is not from this place and you go to some place and you get it. Even the enlightenment or the happiness or the realization, it is not from here you have to go to another place and you from there you get it. It is happening in this very moment. It is not you have to go through certain time period and then you get it. It is not like that. In this very moment, you can get it. Why? Because in your mind, in this very moment, the way you maintain your mind going to bring the happiness or unhappiness. It's going to create your samsara or your nirvana in this very moment. It is not happening somewhere else. So once you understand that nature, so what you should do, you have to be little bit careful regarding the present moment. And it is for you, because and according to the present moment of the mind, and your life going to happen. So then what kind of life that you want? And you know it already. So then you have to remember it always going to depend according to the condition of your mind, your thoughts. So at least in the conventionally, if you need a very peace, calm, relaxed, comfortable life, the very first thing then you have to do to release your mind from the greed, hatred, and the delusion. And if you hold your mind with the greed, hatred, and the delusion in the present moment, not the past, in the present moment, if you hold with these things, then what will happen? Then you're going to experience that same thing, because the very nature of the mind, whatever the thoughts that you hold, according to that thoughts, the energy going to come towards it. It is a very basic principle. It's a kind of like the magnet. The whatever the thoughts you hold, and according to that thoughts, you're going to absorb the energy around you. So then always look yourself and see what kind of thought are that inside you. So if the thoughts that related with the greed, hatred, and the delusion, now you know it's going to bring that kind of things, and as soon as possible get out of it, move away from it. Then try to, as soon as possible, replace the 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 thoughts related with the loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and the wisdom. In that very moment, what will happen? Your whatever you accumulating in the whatever the things around you, it's going to change. Maybe you're not going to see it right away, but that is how it is happening. And it is there, but we cannot get it like physically, but it is there. But when the necessary time come, it appear. It's same like the rainbow. So it is not something, there is no something rainbow like you can catch, but it is there. See that you can see it. And it's kind of like the moon, the that you see on the water in the dark night. So at night when you see the moon in a lake, that the moon, it doesn't mean the moon inside the lake, but that shadow that you can see out of it. So the same like your mind also, that whatever you hold, it's like a shadow, it's going to be there, and you cannot deny there is no something like that. But at the same time, you cannot hold it to that. So whatever then the greed, hatred, and the delusion that you hold it to, and sometimes going to bring the same kind of nature, and you don't see in the moment it going, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be there. So then yourself be very careful and see what the life you experience, and if that life is not comfortable for you, is that not, that it is not the life that you want, then it is your responsibility, and as soon as possible replace the different kind of thoughts. Because the mind is it is the mind is formless, and the mind has no kind of like itself that inbuilt the desire to go. But this when this everything come together, the consciousness can give the purpose to it. Once you have that the right purpose, the mind go like that way. So then in day-to-day life, that always remember that without the right intention, without the right view, you cannot get into the happiness. It kind of like this. You wanna drink coffee. Just imagine how you can drink coffee without water. So how you can drink coffee without water? You cannot. So, and just the water doesn't mean it is coffee. So then what you have to do? You have to add the water to coffee, to drink the coffee. The same like to experience the mind. Just the mind itself you cannot experience. So in the surface level, in conventional life, the very first thing that you have to do, add kind of the view or the desire to yourself. If you don't add any view, when you don't have the view, when you don't have the practical mind, analytical mind itself, maybe you know a lot of things. It's like a philosopher. So because they know a lot of things, but that doesn't mean it come out of their life. So when you have the view regarding the whatever the practice that you go through, and it give a purpose to yourself to live, and then you go with it, and in day-to-day life you get the result out of it. That is what the life that you should build, not just knowingly. And as a, you can know about meditation, but if you don't practice, and if you don't apply it to yourself, and if you don't have a view regarding the practice that you go through, that you maybe you can become a philosopher regarding meditation. You will write a lot of books and you will give a lot of talks, but you don't sit and practice, and you don't know about it. So then when you practice yourself, it's kind of like you adding the water to coffee. That is why you really can experience this. And in that very moment, that little by little, little by little, the journey will take you to the reality. So reality means it's not that out of this your place or out of your life you're going to experience something. No, realization means you recognizing the in this very moment what is happening within you. That is the realization that you need to get. So for that, the mostly that the hindrance happen within our own mind. So once you know that, it come with the thoughts, and you allow that thoughts to settle down, and then itself you help to develop the clarity. So one time Buddha and Venerable Anand had a discussion. I think it may help for you. So when they having a conversation, they had the little bit of cotton, and the Buddha took it to his hand, that little bit of cotton, and asked from Venerable Ananda, what do you think about this cotton? If we add some water, what will happen to this cotton? Oh, Venerable Sir, if you put the water to this cotton, it become heavy, it go down. And asked Ananda, if there is no water in this cotton, what will happen? Oh, Venerable Sir, it become more lighter, and maybe it start to go with the wind. Then ask, so what is easy, to put water and make this cotton heavy, or take out the water and make the cotton dry? Which one is easy? Oh, Venerable Sir, the putting water and make the cotton heavy is very easy. But take out the water and dry the cotton and make it so light is not easy. Getting to its natural form is not easy. So then the Buddha mentioned, Ananda, the mind also the same. My mind also the same. It's like a little bit piece of cotton, and itself it has inherent nature to be light, but at the same time it has a nature to absorb, hold, clinging. It's like a sponge, so get everything absorbed to inside. But it cannot hold it there. That is the beauty that you have to know. It has nature to absorb, but it cannot keep permanent. It's like in sponge. You get all the water, and then when you squeeze, what happening? All the water go away. It cannot stay in the water. So the same like the cotton, It cannot hold the water. When you squeeze, the water going to go out. It cannot hold. So the squeeze in nature is kind of like awareness. So if you able to keep the awareness, clarity in your mind, and the clinging itself not going to happen, your mind itself not going to become heavy. Look, then in day-to-day life, when you are not aware, a lot of unnecessary informations come to you. So the very nature of the mind is absorbing. It's kind of like you adding water to that cotton. Then it become heavy, 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 and down, go down. See, in life, in day-to-day life, our life day by day become heavy, 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 heavy. And everybody like babies to see little, children. And when they become now like teenagers, their face become different. And then when they become younger, their face become longer. And that all the pretty and the beauty, when they become 30, 40 years, disappear. And they completely become kind of like a different person. Why? Because unnecessary informations accumulate, and then their whole life becomes so heavy that there's no kind of like a comfort even within their own life. So the you don't need to blame to anybody. That heaviness is because your own mistake. You didn't recognize what is valuable for you, what is important for you, what is necessary for you. And then what happened? This everything absorbed you. Now it is so heavy. When you sit, it is very difficult for you to stand even. Physically, mentally, you become heavy. So then release that. How you can release? Forget about that all the heaviness that you accumulate. In this very moment, if you able to just focus your mind 1 minute, stay with the breathing, that all the heaviness going to disappear. See how beautiful? That all the heaviness, that all the tightness you can release just if you able to focus your mind just only for 1 second. So it is possible. Try it. And don't carry this heaviness. It is always going to be in the world. But that doesn't mean that it going to be heavy for you. Look at the wind. It's everywhere all the time. But why you make it kind of like a tornado? You don't need to do it. When the wind, keep moving in the same place, what happening little by little, it become a tornado and destroy everything. And you can try today, you can create a tornado and keep thinking regarding one thing again and again and again and again, and maybe you will destroy everything around you. You go crazy when you keep thinking again and again and again regarding something. See how the people go crazy. Don't do that. Don't create a tornado. Don't make heavy yourself. Just get out of it. Release yourself. How? Forget about whatever happened. Just get into one thought, one point, and stay there a little bit. And then from that point, you will see everything going to release. And then you feel that comfort. In that comfort, you can move forward and do whatever you want. With that heaviness, don't try to do any movements. Then it become kind of like a tornado. It become like look at this water, how comfortable when we swim in the ocean and when we play in the ocean. But how about when the tsunami come? It destroy everything. Our thoughts the same. If you make it heavy, tight, heat, with that all the heat, tightness, and the dirt, that when it come, it kind of like a tsunami. So don't make it like that. Make it more relaxed. Let it be comfortable, and don't go with it. So drop that. Whatever happened in your life, just drop. It's all thoughts. It's all in our head. That is it. Even it is not around this world. It is only in our head. So you can just go to your the birthplace, maybe wherever. If you are an elder, go back to your birthplace and see, is it there? No, it's all gone. But in your mind, it is still there. So like that, everything the same. Look at the people, look at the friends 10 years back, that whatever that is. So where they are now, they all different, gone. Where they are in your head. So like that. So whatever you carry in your head, make it can make you heavy. So then what you have to do? Release that. How you can do it? Just keep your mind focused to one point, just to the breathing. That is the one of the most comfortable and very that economical, because no any money going to cost for that, and it is available 24/7, and you can trust it, and it's nothing to relate with anybody. Just yeah, focus to your breathing. Don't just keep going here and there thinking. Don't allow your mind to go. Then you will see how you can drop that all the heaviness. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava ittavata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.